Okay, so I am starting the timer this time and have 5 minutes to talk to you about limiting your search results. So many students, the most they do is they stick their keywords into Primo or other library databases and then just kind of scroll through the results. And that works, that does get you information, but you have all of these limiters over here in this menu on the left that can really help you sort through the results to find what is most relevant to you. So you put your topic up here in the search bar. This is subject wise, keyword wise, what I'm looking for. These limiters then help you sort through by the different source types. And so what we're looking at today is the option to limit by this resource type of you can limit to articles. So if you know I have to find articles for my assignment, or this is the type of info I'm looking for because this articles will provide the information I need, limiting to articles might be a good choice. And so it knocked that 6,400 down to just 6,000. And so you're seeing above each little title here, it describes it as an article. You have either this blank icon of a paper, or for some of them, let's see if I can find one. Many times they kind of put the journal title and cover there in that blank spot. If they don't, it's okay. It doesn't determine the credibility of it if it doesn't have a picture. But yeah, so limiting by articles can be very helpful. However, I would also encourage you to possibly consider other resource types that might also bring you articles. So you have, if you show all, other things that could come up as articles, book chapters could be articles. So book chapters is where the Primo and the databases are breaking apart this book into individual chapters. Now, sometimes these are chapters that are meant to be read in the context of the book. So like this one, book chapter, Calcium and the Treatment of Osteoporosis, coming out of Osteoporosis 4th edition. That's probably something that is meant to be read in the context of the book. It wouldn't necessarily be an article. But other times you have book chapters to where they are, when you look at the full text of them, are written by individual authors. And so there many times academic books are more like a collection of essays. We talked about this when we went over citations. This is why it's important to be able to know how to just cite a book chapter, because they're articles within a book. And so instead of being articles in a journal, it's a book of articles or essays bound together. Excuse me again. And so this is where you see this optimum calcium and vitamin D for the prevention and treatment of osteoporosis. Written by this Michael Hollick, comes out of this osteoporosis diagnosis and management. So this is something that could be read on its own. So you see a lot of those coming out with Primo. So if you limit to book chapters, lots of times they can bring you really great academic scholarly information. So adding book chapters. If you want to remove a limiter, you just go up to the top here for this active filters and press X, and that takes away that limiter and goes back to your original search results. Other things you may see, conference proceedings can be sometimes relevant, sometimes not. You get hit or miss with those. Sometimes they're practically the same as peer-reviewed journals. Other times they're just minutes and notes from an academic and scholarly conference where other scholars and experts are presenting their research. So that can come up as an article. It kind of depends. The other one, a lot of times students see, are reviews. And so most students understand reviews in the context of a movie review or something, or a television review where an expert is giving their opinion on what they thought about it. It's the same concept of someone has read this book of calcium and osteoporosis, and they are an expert in nutrition and bone health, etc., and medical science and things like that. And so they're giving a review of this either book or this article. This is a good part of academic discussion. It's a very important part of that. So it's a good way to add background knowledge to your research. So say I'm reading this original article on calcium osteoporosis. These are the takeaways and the main points it takes. And then this other expert agrees with that and then was able to build upon it. And so it gives you these expert opinions. It can also sometimes help with your understanding of reading books or chapters or articles, because it tells you, okay, what's good, what's bad, what should you look for within that. So you get these different types of resources that aren't necessarily labeled as articles, but they can definitely function as articles. But Primo, if you're just limiting to articles only, leaves them out. So reviews are always going to be articles. but they're not going to be listed under that article type. So more resource types than that.